Asensio. Benzema taking on Velasquez. Wins a throw, and he leaves it for Marcelo to take. Benzema, bit of a hopeful one. This is Moreno. Gives it away to Carvajal, who's quick to find Modric. Modric turning away from Galvez with ease. Here's Asensio, and his shot is blocked. Comes to Carvajal. Lucas Vázquez running out of pitch to play with there, and it will be a goal kick. Well, Lucas looking up. Asensio, I think, can't believe that one. There were plenty of bodies for him to try and blast it through or place it through, but that's the second opportunity Marco Asensio's had tonight. I think he hits it straight at Dimitrievski once again.
Certainly excellent pressure from Real Madrid to win the ball, close down high up the pitch. Slightly surprised Modric didn't take on the shooting attempt as well.
Well, Rayo failed to get it away. Benzema to Asensio as the attack continues. Asensio's cross is blocked. It'll be a throw into Real Madrid. One or two jeers can be heard around the Bernabeu, and that I'm sure Solari and his players will want to avoid at all costs, because the atmosphere has been a bit toxic at times this season.
It's hard to imagine why they would feel the need to boo at this performance that Real Madrid is showing tonight. Modric, great skill there to evade the challenge of Galvez.
Benzema involved in everything here, as he was in the goal, the build-up and the finish. Modric.
I find it incredible that Michel was looking at his team's performance and believes that anything good can come out of this in terms of the way that they're playing. Lots of bodies back behind the ball. The defending isn't particularly good. Good goalkeeping has denied Real Madrid on a few occasions from Dimitrievski, but no support whatsoever. No attacking players in the attacking half of the pitch. Now, at the moment, their attitude is one of a team that's just waiting to beat and concede the next goal.
Changes being prepared by Mitchell. Abdoulaye Ba is one of them. The other, I think it's Bebe. Yeah, they're both of them. So a right-sided defender and an attacking option from Bebe. Modric intercepted by Velasquez, and Asensio wins it back off Alex Moreno. Still Asensio. Applause now ringing around the Bernabeu as he picks out Lucas Vázquez. Lucas's cross fairly easily dealt with by Tito. Ramos keeps the ball in play. And here's Llorente. Carvajal nearly getting the better of Alex Moreno there. But flag up against Dani Carvajal.
Just,
yeah,
isn't it? The pass just delayed a touch, and Carvajal showing tenacity to try and keep the attack going for Real Madrid.
Alejandro Galvez there, being replaced by Abdoulaye Ba. Maybe because of the yellow card, Medran being taken off to be replaced by Bebe. And that one a bit of a surprise, I think, because Medran, one of the players that of Rayo's, I think, that has the quality to actually help them to have a bit more time on the ball. But I mean, we haven't seen too much of him so far, but they're the two changes anyway. Back coming on, and also Bebe for Galvez and Medran.
I guess it was always a fair chance it might be one of the three central midfield players in an attempt for Rayo to get a more attacking player on. Does does appear as if Bebe is playing slightly deeper than Alvaro Garcia, who looks to have pushed forwards to try and get closer to, or try to get closer to Mbaba.
Luka Modric for Real Madrid, quick to turn, very aware of Toni Kroos's run down the left. Kroos takes a tumble. The referee gives a throw in, much to the disappointment of the German midfielder, who goes down again, and this time the whistle does go. Tito, the man guilty of the challenge. Little scrape of a touch on the ball, but there's the challenge that Kroos was disappointed not to be given from Advíncula. Let's see if Madrid can create something here, as Vinicius is one of the players warming up on the sidelines for Santiago Solari's Real Madrid.
He's going to be whipped in towards goal. Toni Kroos, or an outswinger from Asensio.
Both players lurking over the ball. It's going to be Kroos dropping it into the near post, very nearly catching the head of Benzema. It'll be a throw to Real Madrid that Asensio wants to take quickly, but leaves for Marcelo. Benzema, Kroos, return. Combination between the two of them. Luka Modric. Carvajal gets away with a certain amount of ease from Alvaro Garcia. There's Llorente. Rafa Varane. Carvajal finding Asensio. It's a heavy first touch from Asensio. A little back healer from Llorente. The flag up for offside.
I feel if Llorente leaves that, the attack could have continued. I think Asensio was in an onside position. Llorente clearly was offside. I'm surprised he didn't recognise that.
Mbula to Comisania. Moreno. Intercepted by Lucas Vázquez. Does really well to find Carvajal. In turn, does well to find Luka Modric. Just bundles his way away from Santi Comisania. Is Ramos. Now Varane driving forward. Well, it's a hopeful one. Well dealt with by Tito. Vázquez down the line, blocked by Varane. This is Carvajal again. Lucas Vázquez. Benzema goes down under the imposing physical presence of Ba. Mbula did well. Velázquez. There's Bebe. It's a good run, but he ends up winning a corner. Did well there, the substitutes, yeah. Bebe.
Certainly it looks a little bit too intricate for my liking for Michel. He's gone there with a 4-2-3-1, but it still looks like a 4-5-1, and it needed Bebe to tear up the pitch and gallop forward with the ball.
Can they create danger from this corner as they did in the first half? And it comes, headed clear by Asensio, not able to beat the first man. And the shot from Bebe off target.
And again, Rayo had a corner there, and they had two players go out. It's poor delivery. It's cleared to Bebe, and it's a poor attempt at goal. So it's hard to understand exactly how they've still got any chance against something from this game. They've played poorly. But after the hour, just a one goal behind.
Yeah, there comes a time, both in the Santiago Bernabeu and in the Camp Nou, when Barcelona are playing at home, where if the score's 1-0, there's what they call in Spanish a run, a certain murmur of nervousness and frustration that goes around the stands, and at times can be a bit contagious for the players out on the pitch, especially when playing against, which is usually the case, a weaker opposition. The fans expect more than just a 1-0. Here's Carvajal to try and remedy that. Plays it wide to Lucas Vázquez. His cross is blocked by Alex Moreno. It'll be another corner for Real Madrid. But that time, it's from about 60 minutes on to maybe 70, 75. Madrid will be very anxious to add to their advantage as soon as possible. Here's Lucas. Cruz wins another corner. That one came off Bebe. No.
Possibly an offside decision
given, yeah,
called by the assistant referee.
Tony Cruz,
yep,
got one absolutely spot on, the linesman.
It wasn't a defensive offside line either, was it, from Rayo? Again, they just about got away with that, and they get away with this one, down to fine goalkeeping from Dimitrievski. Asensio just, again, we're talking about the type of finish you have when you're lacking confidence.
Yeah, both his shots in the first and second half have been very, very close to Dimitrievski. I mean, it's brave goalkeeping, throwing his body in the way, but on both occasions the ball hit very close to him indeed.
And we know Asensio is capable far better when he is confident. The first half, he'd have opened his body up and wrapped his foot around it, curled it past the goalkeeper. That one, he would have been more precise.
Well, here is Asensio. Lucas is storming forward into an offside position. Still Asensio. He wins a throw in, but maybe would have hoped for a little bit more on the break there, Real Madrid. It all started with a dreadful ball by Lucas Vázquez directly to the feet of Bebe, who couldn't control it. It was whipped out quickly back to Asensio, who made a decent run, but again, no real penetration from Real Madrid. Here's Luka Modric. Now Dani Carvajal. Lucas Vázquez. Back to Llorente. Cruz to Varane. Carvajal. Cruz. Carvajal getting there, can't stay on his feet, wins a free kick, and he can feel that one. Referee De Burgos having a word with Moreno, yeah,
complaining about the challenge, and thinks it's an okay challenge. He just flicks his leg out, doesn't he? Just catch Dani Carvajal, just slightly. Carvajal running at full speed.
Well, it's another interesting option for Real Madrid. Dimitrievski making sure he's satisfied with the setup as Toni Kroos prepares to put the ball back in play. Toni Kroos unable to beat the first man, Tito. It will be a corner, however, which Toni Kroos in turn will take.
Again, it's one-way traffic, isn't it, in the second half, but Real Madrid had the opportunity on 2 or 3 occasions to create clear-cut chances.
Ramos, one of the danger men, as Kroos swings this one in and collected with tremendous ease by Dimitrievski. Poor control from Bebe. Luka Modric says thank you very much. Here's Toni Kroos. Now Lucas Vázquez. And Kroos just held back by Bebe, obstructed by him. It'll be another free kick to Real Madrid. It's a yellow card for the second half sub. Second yellow of the game. He joins Alejandro Galvez in the referee's book. Again, that was a combination of the first half goal, wasn't it? Lucas Vázquez and Kroos, and Bebe with his hands all over Kroos' shoulders. Knew as soon as he heard the whistle he was going to see the yellow card, I suspect.
He's certainly having an impact on the game, isn't he? But it benefits in Real Madrid. He gave away the ball with poor control to allow Real Madrid to retrieve it and get another attack going, and then an attempt to make up for his error, gives away a free kick.
Kroos swings it into Ramos! 2-0! No, the flag is up to the disappointment of Sergio Ramos. The referee wants to pause just to check. I'll tell you what, it's tight, yes. But if it's any part of the body that can score a goal, I mean, his head and his shoulder, to my mind, narrowly advanced, and I think if they're checking with the VAR will back up the linesman for that one. Yes, indeed.
Certainly the assistant referee is right to err on the side of caution, isn't he, because it is close. And when you see there how quick that actually happens, it's impossible to be 100% sure. I think with VAR we've cleared it up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, the referee obviously not needing to see the image there, nor do we. It's just enough to hear a word, OK, we've looked it over, and Ramos is narrowly offside. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That's the beauty of VAR for a referee, isn't it? There's no doubt lurking in anyone's minds after that one.
No arguments either from the Real Madrid team, the players, the coach. Everybody accepts it, moves on, and in that instance it works really quickly as well.
Here's Bar.
Which is more than I can say for the Vallecano team tonight, because they've not worked at all, let alone quickly or slowly. And
neat footwork there from Bar, though, to give him his due. It's a bit of a wild ball, advantage Lucas Vázquez. Modric can't quite direct it away. Comisania controlling, did well. Imbula doing well to find Bebe as well. And Winkler, shot is blocked by one of his own players, I think. Toni Kroos doing superbly well just to wait for the run from Lucas Vázquez. In turn, Benzema making a run. Bar sticking with him. Benzema back to Vázquez. And in turn, back to Rafa Varane. Applause from the Bernabeu. The concern is that it's still 1-0, 21 minutes after the restart. Llorente. Varane. Lucas Vázquez. It's had a very busy evening, Lucas Vázquez. And Alex Moreno disappointed that the linesman didn't give him the benefit of the doubt there. Throw in. Lucas Vázquez really is one of the players reborn this season under Santiago Solari. He clearly didn't convince Julen Lopetegui. We saw that from match day 2, I think it was, up in Montilivi, when he came on for the last few minutes against Girona and clearly wasn't happy. Got himself a booking almost immediately. And Lopetegui seemed to withdraw any confidence in him more or less after that. But Solani's been the opposite. There's a wonderful attempt there from Bebe. Struck that one well, struck it on target, and it was moving strangely through the air. Thibaut Courtois able to get it away in the end. I think from this angle we'll see the movement. Just going a little bit left and a little bit right, and Courtois thinking, well, it's best to pour this one away rather than try and collect it and gather it.
Yeah, it was the correct decision from the goalkeeper, but an excellent effort from Bebe, and Real needs more of that, don't they? But he dropped deep, found himself a little bit of space, was able to get his shot away.
Well, if anyone in the Bernabeu needed reminding that this one isn't over yet, that attempt, I think, made it quite clear. It's just 1-0 to Real Madrid, 22 minutes left on the clock. Varane. This is where Madrid really need the fans to be behind them, to carry them on, thanks to their support. Whether that will happen or not over the closing minutes of this game, we'll soon find out. Lovely touch from Lucas, but well dealt with by Moreno. Just got away from Imbula in the end. Falls here to Bebe.
I think so far the supporters can have no complaints about the commitment, the attitude of the Real Madrid team. Clearly, of course, they would love to be more than just a 1 goal to the good.
Yeah, it must be frustrating for Solari as well, because you get the impression he'd love to bring on Vinicius for a few minutes. That would certainly get the fans on their feet. He was one of the more impressive performers in the Champions League the other day. Carvajal defending that one brilliantly and winning a free kick in the end. The problem is you can't really bring on an untried, untested, inexperienced, but obviously tremendously talented, skillful player if you're just 1-0 up. You want it to be at least 2 before giving the fans that early Christmas present of getting to see Vinicius Junior a little bit.
Yes, and the object still clearly is to make sure your team get maximum points. That's not in the bag yet. We've seen that long-range effort from Bebe. Just lacked a little bit of composure at times, Real Madrid in front of goal, and they've been talking about snatching up 1 or 2 opportunities.
Well, Marco Asensio, his run out there this afternoon comes to an end. He's replaced by Dani Ceballos. Seems to me fairly clear that the majority of the fans applauding Asensio. Replaced by Ceballos, who's clearly much preferred by Solari. He's been getting plenty of minutes this season. Marco Asensio's performance, Terry, hasn't really been a 3-star one, has it?
No, it's not been a brilliant one of his best performances by a long way, but I still see a young player that needs guidance, needs encouragement.
He's had a couple of shots blocked by the keeper Dimitrievski. And 70 minutes more under his belt as Thibaut Courtois sends that one high and long. And Ceballos gets his first touch and chases after it. In the end, it's dealt with by Bart. Played back to Dimitrievski. Bit of a wild clearance, collected easily by Carvajal, who in turn feeds it to Modric. Danger there. Well defended in the end by Santi Comesaña. Ceballos battling. It was won by Imbula. And there's poor pass that kind of sums up Rayo Vallecano's evening here in the Bernabeu so far.
You crash into the team like he did with such an impact, scoring goals left, right and centre in massive games as well, such quality. You tend to forget how young his career is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a real problem though, I think, because I mean, as soon as he burst onto the scene, people started talking about him as a future Ballon d'Or. And I mean, we're talking about 2 years ago, so he was even younger, obviously. And it's a lot of pressure to live up to that. The next change for Rayo Vallecano, Alex Alegria's coming on. We suspected we might see him, but he's replacing Adrián Embarba, who's had probably a quite frustrating evening.
It's been frustrating because he's never hardly received the pass. He's played out of position, and when he has managed to be able to control the ball, no one's been anywhere near him. I think he possibly was expecting the change, but he might have been hoping that he was going to get an opportunity to go into his normal position out wide and try and get one of the Real Madrid fullbacks.
We've certainly put in a shift. He's cut a lonely figure at times up front for Rayo as Benzema collects this one. Now finds Modric. Modric with the shot. It was always running away from him. He was losing the angle, had to try the shot. Didn't make the connection he wanted. Missed the target by a country mile.
But those two look as if they have enjoyed having Marcos Llorente alongside them, haven't they? Modric, Kroos. The amount of times we've seen them trying to get into the penalty area with and without the ball, to be creative, to get on the end of things. And I think they've made sure that Real Madrid have maintained the tempo that Rayo have found it hard to play against. As we said, a bit of composure in front of goal, and Real Madrid would be clear ahead.
There's an opportunity. The shot from Bebe in the end is Imbula. He tries an effort, always going wide. There's Alvaro Garcia with the initial opportunity. And a couple more of these, and the atmosphere can change in the Bernabeu.
Looks like he's the recent participant of the player that's playing in the centre-forward position for Rayo. I'm surprised he's not one of the players that was replaced Alvaro Garcia. Pretty ineffective out in that wide left position. Indication there that Pepe having an attempt at goal, but clearly no handball for the referee to get involved in, with Dani Carvajal blocking the attempt.
Dani Carvajal back to Varane, who in turn finds Sergio Ramos. Varane to Llorente, Lucas Vázquez. Fascinating to watch Mitchell, the Rayo Vallecano manager, to the right at the bottom of your screens there. There's Solari. Mitchell clearly instructing his players to press and to press deep. And I think it's fair to say, without having created too much, Rayo looking fairly comfortable for the last 10-15 minutes or so. That can change in an instant though, as that one's put over the top to Benzema, and it's brilliantly defended by Ba. He cocked his leg ready for the shot there, had Benzema, and Abdoulaye Ba was quick to get back and make that last-ditch challenge.
It's the same combination and a similar move, isn't it, from Real Madrid that got them the opening goal of the game, a goal I honestly believed at the time was going to be the first of many for Real Madrid. There must come a time in the game where Rayo Vallecano realise they've got nothing left to lose and the time's running out.
I'll tell you what, Terry, I get the impression that time's just about now. They just seem to have woken up a little bit in the last few minutes. A couple of decent moves that have got them there or thereabouts. And as I say, historically we're told that with the score at 1-0 from now on, the nerves will start to flow in the Bernabeu in a negative way, unless they can pretty quickly make it 2.
It's a big call as well from Santi Solari, Union Ceballos, who in many people's eyes wouldn't be the obvious replacement for Marco Asensio. Probably would have been Isco.
Well, Isco not by any means a happy camper in the Bernabeu these days, and clearly finds himself in an antagonistic situation with his new manager, as Marco Asensio has ice applied to that thigh. Benzema, meanwhile, is down, makes a signal which convinces his captain Sergio Ramos to put the ball out of touch. And this does not look too promising for Benzema. He's not writhing around in agony exactly, but he is clearly concerned about it. As we said, the FIFA Club World Cup just around the corner. Vinicius Junior prepares to come on. And again, it's a big call from Solari, because this one by no means is done and dusted.
I think we look at the other options on the bench as well. Now, if it is Benzema that's going to be replaced, it looks uncomfortable, didn't it? There was almost a realisation there that something was up. It wasn't just an impact injury, holding the ankle. Benzema, with his goal tonight, needs more goals of course, but it's a step in the right direction. His all-round performance has been good though. I think he's been absolutely outstanding. I think he's really put in a shift, as is always the case with Karim Benzema. I did think that was the case last week at Huesca. I thought he was guilty of being one of those players whose attitude could have been questioned, but tonight in his own stadium, he's got the important goal at the moment, but that will be a concern going into the World Club Cup Championship. It certainly will, and here's an opportunity for Vinicius Junior, but again, it can be a bit of a double-edged sword with a youngster of his tremendous talent and price tag. If things were to go awry for Real Madrid, let's see if that's the case or not. Fascinating 12 minutes ahead of us. The first touch for Vinicius, manages to get away from Velasquez. Modric, Lucas, Carvajal to Modric again. Vinicius, fancy footwork. It's a false 9 situation for Real Madrid now, isn't it? Yeah. No Gareth Bale, no Mariano Diaz, the players that could have played in that position. It's lost by Bebe to Marcelo. One back straight away though. Titu sending it down the line towards Alvaro. Toni Kroos. Varane. Carvajal. It's Madrid's last La Liga game of the year. And they want to finish the year, I'm sure, with a maximum 3 points.
Bar has looked imposing since coming back. Marcelo winning that in the air. Llorente returning it to the Brazilian. Marcelo looks up, sweeps the ball in. Ezequiel Velasquez was underneath it. Lucas Basquet's gone down and stayed down. Play on, says the referee, in Bula. And Alex Alegria forced to stop by the referee. Was that a collision or an off the ball?
Yeah, I think it's just a collision. Don't think there's anything untoward there, and nothing nasty there from Alex Moreno.
Velasquez, Tito, Bebe, Bula square. It's a decent ball. Chased by Moreno, cuts it back. Rafa Varane with the interception. Here's Luka Modric. It's a firm challenge. Luka Modric rolls over and has a bit of a glare in his eye. Don't you know I'm the Ballon d'Or?
They've got to dig deep now, Real Madrid. There we see Benzema, how he picks up the injury. Didn't look too severe in terms of the impact. Does Benzema twist the ankle?
I think it could be there as well, as he comes down heavily, doesn't he, after the clean challenge from Ba. So there are two, may well just have added up to a bit of a problem for the French striker. Lucas finally wins a free kick. Smile on his face. I think that's meant to say thanks to the referee. You finally given me a free kick.
I think he's chipping away at Alex Moreno. I think it's a little personal duel going on between those two.
Varane picks out Dani Carvajal. Intelligent ball. Ba with an intelligent piece of interception as well, although he ends up putting the ball straight back into touch. Has a word with Alvaro Garcia, quite rightly, I think, asking for a little bit more support.
He's been good, hasn't he?
He has.
Abdullah Baas has been very since coming on. His pace has really helped. Right, kind of calls at the back in terms of when they've been opened up, last-ditch defending. He's got across and just in the nick of time.
It's Llorente for Real Madrid. 8 minutes still on the clock. Still 1-0 to Real Madrid. Carvajal. Lucas Basquet. This time it's Bula who takes it off him. Moreno trying to send it long. All the advantage for Rafa Varane. Ceballos. Now Llorente once more. Llorente hasn't really put the foot wrong tonight. This time, free kick given against Advíncula, and he's going to see a yellow card for repetition. It is in fact Gianelli Mbula.
It's a late one again, isn't it?
It is.
Dani Ceballos. I wasn't too sure initially, but when you see there was no reaction from Mbula in picking up the yellow card, then it was quite clear he did concede. It was a bad challenge.
He joins Galvez and Bebe in the referee's book. Here's Ba. Posing figure. The greatest of balls, though. Dani Ceballos now. Lucas Basquet inside to Vinicius. Ceballos again. Modric. Played all the way back to Thibaut Courtois. Fans in the terracing just behind Courtois. The supporters who give most vocal support to the team. It's collected here. A little bit slow on the ball perhaps there. But play on, says the referee. It was Ezequiel Velasquez of all people, and once again Ba with a crunching challenge. And I think a fair one. I mean, we'll see the replay. I'm sure Dani Ceballos having a word with the referee.
But
It's the follow-through, isn't it?
Clearly, yeah. I mean, he does make clear contact with the ball, but I think there's enough there for the referee to get involved in taking action, in the fact that it's a reckless challenge and one where you suspect the player possibly just getting slightly irritated by the fact that anyone that's making a challenge on Lucas Vasquez is going down. And that looked a challenge full of anger there from the right Vallecano player. You see their best attempt at the second half, and Bebe from distance. Courtois dealt with it.
And Barr deals with that one as Vinicius tried to get around him. Got into almost the last 5 minutes of the game. Still only 1-0. Still Real Madrid dominating clearly. But they won't want to give Rayo too many opportunities on the break. Here's Cruz.
I'm not so sure Rayo look capable of doing anything on the break.
No,
I think their only chance of scoring a goal is by getting the ball forward direct, quickly, maybe hoping to get a set piece.
Yeah, they haven't exactly impressed, but still very much in it as Lucas Vasquez combines with Vinicius. Returns it to Lucas. Rather vain appeals for penalty there. Lucas trying to chip the ball over the top of the defender and back to Vinicius.
This, Simon, is probably the type of game that Courtois expected to have more of when he joins Real Madrid, where 2 or 3 attempts at goal from the opposition, just making sure that he's focused, concentrating. As we know full well, the season that Real Madrid are having, he's been far busier than he would have expected. It hasn't been the case tonight.
Ceballos linking with Marcelo, gets the return ball. Dani Ceballos, he can try a shot, feeds it in, just over, hits it for Lucas Vasquez, keeps the ball in play. Here's Vinicius. Well, wins a corner. That one coming off Ezequiel Velasquez. There's the claim for handball, perhaps off Ba as it's headed out by Tito. He clearly raised his arm, but difficult to see how he could have avoided it, really. But the arm not in the most natural of positions.
It wasn't a quick header either, was it? It was enough time to get his arm out of the way.
Toni Kroos pulling the ball back in play, and Bulu heads it away, and Bebe whacks it forward, where it's collected by Carvajal, but he can't control it. It'll be a throw. Carvajal showing great intelligence there. He's furious, but also was aware that there could have been an option for a quick throw.
He's arguing with the referee. He believes there was a foul there on him. I didn't think there was. The way the referee has refereed, and particularly in the second half, he has blown up for pretty much most challenges that either team have made.
Imbula for Rayo, time running out. Cruz, so that's a poor one. Barr with the interception. And Vincula. And winning a throw there, Alex Alegria. 2 minutes to go. Can Rayo find something that they haven't been able to show all evening? Barr inside to Velasquez, driving forward. Plenty of black and red shirts forward now. Is Moreno. Caught from behind by a fairly frustrated Lucas Vasquez, I think.
That is so silly of Vasquez as well, isn't it? Because Rayo don't look capable of opening up Real Madrid from open play. That's a poor challenge. We've already reported on the fact those two are chipping away at each other.
Yeah.
And Lucas Vasquez has fallen right into the trap there. Dangerous set piece. Bebe over the ball. Surely he's not going to take on the direct attempt to goal.
Could well be their final opportunity. We're nearing the 89 minutes. I can't imagine too much time will be added on. Bebe. And that will be a corner. Well, for Rayo, that's it's not the result they wanted. No, offside the flag. So who knows if that's going to be their final opportunity. Just straying offside there.
And he goes for the ball as well, doesn't he? So the correct call.
It's Alex Alegria there caught.
That's poor play as well, isn't it?
It is. Kind of sums up their performance, really, doesn't it?
Bebe, I've no idea why a big, strong player like Bebe is out taking the free kick in the first place. I'm sure other players have got equally as good as delivery quality on the set piece as him, and then for Alegria to make that basic mistake to get caught offside was poor around from Rayo.
Over the top, should be no problems for Varane. He's forced to put it into touch though. And Bebe gets the ball eventually from the ball boy. 90 minutes are up. As I said, I can't really see too much more being added apart from the substitutions. That's the way it is, 3 minutes. All of a sudden there are plenty of black and red shirts in. It's a poor ball. Awkward to deal with, however, but oh, Courtois saving it off the line, and then Carvajal, and all of a sudden, Terry, in stoppage time, it's the clearest cut chance Rayo have managed to create. It came out of absolutely nothing. It's a rather poorly struck cross, really, from Advincula. The defence failed to get it away. It's cleared off the line twice.
Well, I talked about the concentration and focus needed from Courtois, and that was evident there.
The corner swung in, and this time it'll be a goal kick.
It's so obvious what to do, isn't it, from Rayo's perspective? Now they have to throw caution to the wind. Look at that's a record. There's 6 players in the penalty area for the team that are with the 1-goal deficit. On 2 or 3 occasions there, they really show good determination to try and get there first, keep the ball in the danger area. We see the attempt there from Velasquez, and a couple of really good saves from Courtois, and a couple of so important saves from Courtois.
Well, very nearly in the first minute of stoppage time, the thing that the Bernabeu fears most of all very nearly occurred. Fede Valverde coming on to replace Luka Modric for the closing seconds. Well, pressure on him, and he immediately wins the ball back off Moreno. Here is Valverde, whips the cross back. Ceballos couldn't quite get the touch he needed. It's Rayo's turn. That's a dreadful misunderstanding. Bebe feeding it back and responding well and preventing Ceballos from loosing off the shot. We see again.
Well, the warning signs were there. The fact that Real Madrid just had the 1-goal lead, and there we see 2 saves from Courtois, and helped there by Dani Carvajal, who just
didn't have time to react.
Sure whether that's
really
going in off for Courtois. Between the 2 Real Madrid players, they managed to keep out Vallecano, and it does look like it's going to be all 3 points for Real Madrid, and it's drifted in towards an unconvincing performance from Real Madrid in the second half.
Not for the first time this season, Terry. They've failed to convince, I think. I mean, at the end of the day, nobody's going to remember this performance. They're going to just remember the 3 points,
exactly.
Especially with the Club World Cup coming up. But signs of concern, I think. Lucas penalised. Can Rayo have one more chance? The 3 minutes are up. Everyone going forward. It's going to be Dimitrievski to float this one in as near to the box as he can, I imagine. Advantage Ramos. Ramos driving forward. Manages to find Vinicius. No time for any more. It's Real Madrid 1, Rayo Vallecano 0. What looked like such a promising performance from Madrid in the opening minutes, especially, as you pointed out, Terry, it's ended up being 3 points. Let's close the door and forget about it.
That
really
is the big point for Real Madrid, that no one's going to talk about this game, whereas if Rayo Vallecano had equalised with that pretty much last attack of the game, then it would be a huge talking point. But they've got away with it, Real Madrid. I think it was a dynamic, convincing performance in the first half an hour of the game. But then as the game drifted on, they didn't get the second goal. Nerves and apprehension came across from the Real Madrid performance, but they do. ultimately, eventually, get all 3 points.
Once again, it's